Hello, welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time. Welcome back if you've been following. It is the last Saturday in March, so you know what that means. I always like to do a book review of all the books that I've read that month. So first off, if you missed a video, you can be aware of it and go back and watch the video. Also, it gives me a chance to have a little break from, it gives me a little more time to actually read for the next videos. And guys, this month, it's been a lot. So, I think it was the first time in my life I actually just had to take a break because I enjoy reading, but I was like, I need a break from reading. And that's the first time that's happened to me. So, I think I took on a lot this month because of the extra week. But if you have any suggestions about how to make sure that doesn't happen, let me know. I would appreciate your comments. But without further ado, let's continue reading. Not reading. Going through. So, in March, I read The Strawberry Shortcake Murder by Joanne Fluke. This is the second in the series. The first one is The Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder. So, I'm pretty sure I've seen the movies on Hallmark. Great book. Basically, it's this baker who helps solve mysteries. Yeah, and this is called Strawberry Shortcake Murder because somebody was murdered in their garage and there was their piece of strawberry shortcake next to them. It says, when the president of Heartland Flour chooses Cozy Lake Eden, Minnesota as a spot for her first annual Desert Bake Off, Hannah's thrilled to serve as a head judge. But when a fellow judge, Coach Boyd Watson, is found stone cold dead, face down in Hannah's celebrated strawberry shortcake, Lake Eden's sweet ride of fame turns very sour indeed. Between perfecting her cheddar cheese apple pie and chocolate crunchies, Hannah's snooping into Coach's private life and is not coming up short of suspects. And could Watson's harsh criticism during the judging have given one of the contestants license to kill? The stakes are rising faster than dough, and Hannah will have to be very careful because somebody is cooking up a recipe for murder, with Hannah landing on the necessary ingredients list. So yeah, really cute. Liked it. Don't know what to say. Yeah, it was clean, no smut or language. There's a little bit of romance, but not really. But yeah, so go read this. I did a video on this one. I'm trying to remember. Anyway. Guys, I'm sitting here trying to think of the video that this was in. This was not the watercolor one. Oh, this was the watercolor one. Okay, I did two videos. One was a watercolor where I painted with white crayon. It's called Chelsea and the White Crayon. And then the other one I did going on a book hunt, going to read some good ones. I forget which video that one's in. So, but go check out both of those videos if you haven't already. Yeah, I chose this book because I wanted to find some clean. I really try to find books without any language or without any smut because that's just who I am. And these came up. I would love, she has a lot of them, so it'd be fun to continue reading those. The next one, Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I chose this one also because it said it was clean. And I was like, oh, Mysteries, Agatha Christie, if you want clean ones. Also, I watched the movie. But yeah, let me read the back. Just after midnight, the famous Orient Express is stopped in its tracks by a snowdrift. By morning, the millionaire Samuel Edward Ratchet lies dead in his compartment, stabbed a dozen times, his door locked from the inside. One of his fellow passengers must be the murderer. Isolated by the storm detective, I'm going to butcher this name, Hercule Poirot, must find the killer among the dozens of dead man's enemies before the murderer decides to strike again. The way this book ended was so good. Yeah. Go read some Agatha Christie. Go watch the movie too. Yeah, again, it's in one of those 2 videos, so go watch that. I'm not going to give ratings or things. I'm just going to wrap up what I read. When in Rome, it says, in 1968, Nadia Marsh took her own Roman holiday, and the change seems to have done her good. Both her British and U.S. agents believed When in Rome to be the first novel in her Inspector Allen series. As is so often the case, the tale concerns a murder within a closed group, in this case, the murder of tourists visiting what Marsh calls the Basilica di San Tommaso, who find themselves falling into complex web of blackmail and drug smuggling, adding some irresistible color depictions of both La Dolce Vita and the student radicals of the day, whom she sees have found somewhat more persuasive. All in all, a brilliant example of classic Golden Age plotting meddled with a decidedly space age cast. Again, this is one of those 2 videos, either going on a book hunt, gonna read some good ones, or Chelsea and the White Crayon. Those are my opinions on that one. You can go watch my opinions. Oh, I chose this one because, again, it was on the clean list, but there ended up being some language, so just so you know. The next one is The Cat Who Could Read Backwards by Lillian Jackson Braun. Again, I chose this one. I was just looking up clean mysteries, and this one came up. I believe it is a series. This is the first one, but there's other ones. It says, the world of modern art is a mystery to many, but for Jim Quillerin, it turns into a mystery of another sort when his assignment to cover the art beat for the Daily Fluxion leads down to a path of murder, stabbing in an art gallery, vandalized paintings, a fatal fall from a scaffolding. This is not all what Quillerin expects when he turns his reportorial talents to art. But now Quillian and his newly found partner, Coco, the brilliant Siamese, are back in their element, sniffing out clues and confounding criminals intent on mayhem and murder. There was some language in this, but go, watch my videos on that. Because my thoughts on that. Okay. Agatha Christie, Death in the Nile. I just gotta say, both books are really good. So if you have not read any Agatha Christie and you want some mysteries, go read these. So this one, a cruise down the Nile on a river steamer sounds like the perfect way to get away from it all. But the tranquil darkness of an Egyptian evening can change fast when the air is thick with hot passions and cold malice. Temperatures rise when the first passenger is shot, and Hercule Poirot must abandon the mysteries of Egypt and focus on an altogether deadlier matter. So down a cruise, someone in the party dies, as normal. But it was really good. I was not expecting the ending, so go look at those 2 videos. The next one, Bridge to Terabithia by Catherine Patterson. I read this. Okay, my extended family has a book club, and I was going to join and ended up not. It would be nice to have a book club, but when you're doing all these videos, there's just so much free without adding extra books, so I ended up not going. But so there's no video on this, so I guess I can do my thoughts on it now since there's no video. Jess Aarons has been practicing all summer so he can be the fastest runner in the 5th grade, and he almost is until the new girl in school, Leslie Burke, outpaces him. The 2 become fast friends and spend most days in the woods behind Leslie's house, where they invent an enchanted land called Terabithia. One morning, Leslie goes to Terabithia without Jess, and a tragedy occurs. It will take the love of family and strength that Leslie has given him for Jess to be able to deal with his grief. Whew. This will bring some emotions. But it's a really quick read. I enjoyed it. Yeah, again, for the book club, somebody else chose it. But I had watched the movie, and I don't remember ever reading it before, but I feel like I might have. But that's my thoughts. It's a very quick, fast-paced book. Be prepared for a sad story. Because like I said, there's a tragedy. 5 out of 5. Really good for younger kids if you want a book to read with them. I like the characters. There was a part where I was like, ah! Where the teacher shows up and takes him to a museum by herself. And the teacher me was like, ooh, not allowed, not allowed. But other than that, I was like, okay, that's not allowed. And the whole time I was like, this would not be allowed. This is hard. So that was the only part that I struggled with. But if you're not a teacher, you probably would not struggle with it like I was. Okay. The next one, I read the Sherlock Holmes collection by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. So that video is called Elementary, My Dear Watson. So go read it. Basically, they're all, a lot of these, go read the video, are a lot of short stories. But I did like the diversity of them. They weren't all murders. Like sometimes it was finding a missing person or, yeah, things like that. I don't know if I brought this up. There was one where a religion was brought in and it was kind of trashed, and I did not really appreciate that. Like, I don't feel like any religion should be kind of, I don't know, it just made the religion seem really bad. And I did not like that. I don't think it's appropriate to do that to anyone's religion. But other than that, these were all like 5 out of 5. Clean language. I picked these because I was looking at Clean Mysteries and Sherlock Holmes comes up, and I was like, oh, what? How did I not think of that? Because I have seen the movies with Robert Downey Jr., both of them. I have seen the BBC series where Benedict Cumberbatch plays Sherlock Holmes, and I've seen both Enola Holmes movies, and she's supposed to be his sister. So I have really enjoyed Sherlock Holmes. So go read all of them. There's, yeah, a lot. Again, like I said in the video, I can't really tell you a specific order. I suggest reading A Study in Scarlet and The Adventure of Sherlock, A Study in Scarlet first, because that kind of shows how Watson and him got together. And there's a lot of jumping around. Like, Watson's married in some books and not in others. This is basically Watson just retelling these mysteries of Sherlock Holmes. Like, he would write notes while they were working together. So yeah. Go read. Go watch that video. The next one. I read The Inheritance Games. There's these 4 and then 2 others. So basically, The Inheritance Games, Avery Grams is just a regular high schooler. Living with her half-sister because mom has passed. And Grayson Hawthorne shows up and is like, we need you to come to this will reading. It turns out Tobias Hawthorne has left her everything. Like, he's left his family, their sons and different things, but then he's left her everything. So Inheritance Games is kind of figuring out that mystery. Like, why would he leave this random stranger? And then at the end, it has a plot twist in the second book. At the end, Alexander Hawthorne was left a message and told to do something. So the Hawthorne legacy is him doing that, and they find that. Then the final gambit is a person getting revenge on Tobias Hawthorne and his family. So that's kind of that mystery. The Brothers Hawthorne. It is the first time. The first 2 books are told from Avery's perspective. The Brothers Hawthorne is split between Jameson and Grayson. They both have their own kind of storyline in those books, and so some chapters will say Jameson, some will say Grayson, and it's going through those stories. The other one is, there's 2 more. The Grandest Games is one of them, I believe. So I don't have the books. They're on their way. But I was not able to order them in time, so I had to read them digitally. So The Grandest Games, there's one book where Avery decides to give away most of the money. And so they created their own games, right? The boys love games, their grandfather. So one of the books is one of those. It's the 2nd year of the games, and there's a cash prize, obviously. And then the last one is a collection. It's kind of short stories. So Avery's mom, it talks about her story. The Cowboy and the Goth, so that's Nash and Livy's story. They do a Christmas story at the Hawthorne house where they do the Hawthorne version of Secret Santa. It's intense. Alexander Hawthorne gets his own short story. Yeah. Trying to think. I think that is all. So it's just a collection of short stories. For the life of me, I should have looked it up and told you the title. But so there are 6 of those. They're all really good. 5 out of 5. Mild language. But yeah, so those are the 6 that I read. So as you can see, this pile was very big. I did a lot. I was very ambitious reading 2 series. I'm one of these people that find it very hard to start a series and not finish it. Now, if it's like the Strawberry Shortcake Murder and it's like you can read them separately, that I'm okay with. But like the Inheritance Games, that one, for sure the first trilogy, you need to read them together. And then the other ones, you can kind of do without. But that is what I read in March. So yeah. Help me, guys. Give me some advice on how not to take on too much. Because, I mean, do you see this pile? Do you see it? It's a big, big pile. And like I said, I was kind of like, I'm done. For a minute. Like, there's nights I'm like, I can't read anymore. But yeah. That is my March wrap up. Thank you for watching. If you like this, give it a big thumbs up. Like that notification button. Click that notification button. Subscribe, because why not? Please go check out those videos if you have not. Yeah, the Inheritance Game one, the Sherlock Holmes one, Chelsea and the White Crayon, and going on a book hunt. They're going to be great videos. Go check those out. Share them. Please share this one. As always, I want to hear from you. Like I said, how to get over this need to just fill my videos up with more than I can. That's why I was doing really good with the 3 books per video. But then I was like, I want to read some series because I really like book series. And that's where I got it. So some advice on that. If you have read any of these books, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And I'm very excited for April. We're going into fantasy. So keep an eye out for those videos. And it'll be very exciting. So see you next time. Bye.